a chain, and he's thrown it out of the ring to Samantha. But the referee has counted out ice. We've got new tag team champions.
We do, the superstar Bill Dundee and surprise mystery partner, Jerry the King Lawler.
Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell with Dave Brown and Corey Macklin ready to go with another large week of USWA Championship Wrestling. Goodness gracious, I'm out of town a couple of weeks, and we have new champs.
Yeah, and what a pairing, huh? Can you believe it?
I'm stunned.
Absolutely. And we've got a title defense here today. Tag team titles are going to be on the line. Also, the TV title will be on the line a little bit later on today,
And
too.
we'll be seeing Armstrong defending that title. Additionally, we're going to be looking at a super main event, which is going to have the Cyberpunks going against the unified World Heavyweight Champion, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and his partner is going to be Tony Fall.
It's going to be a big one today. Also, planning a blast from the past you won't want to miss. All sorts of good things coming up, and we'll have them all.
Why don't we do it right now? We'll be back for the opening action in a moment. On the opening of the show today, not only did we have a tag team title change, Dave, we had another title change.
Yes, indeed. We had quite a bit going on around here with Lawler and Mabel going in. The USWA heavyweight title on the line. Lawler's been on a win streak. He came out here last week. He said, I'm on a win streak. I'm collecting belts. That's what I'm doing right now.
Well, he went up against Mabel, who had been undefeated. Mabel holding that U.S. heavyweight title. Let's take a look at some of the action. There it is, the King picking up the USWA heavyweight title. And not only has he got that, he's the co-holder of the tag team titles, too, with the superstar Bill Dundee. They're going to be defending right in here in just a moment. Before they get to the ring, I want to get him out. Here he is, the superstar, Bill Dundee. Billy?
Right, sir.
And the King carrying out that big belt. And I got to tell you, I came back to town. I'm gone a couple of weeks. I come back to town. I'm stunned to find Lawler and Dundee together again with the titles. I just couldn't hardly believe it. Unbelievable.
What is unbelievable about Lawler and Dundee being champions?
Well,
I'm just champions, Lance.
I understand. Hey, now I got to tell you, I got to add one other thing. I talked to some of the wrestling fans since I've been back a couple of days, and I heard a few of them talking about some of the tactics and some of the things that were used. That Bill used a chain in order for you guys to win that.
Now, I heard that. I heard that, and I was really upset about that, Lance. But I went back, I looked at the tape, I reviewed it, and I got to admit the camera angle was not the best, but I saw no chain. I didn't see a chain.
So you got the titles, and that's all that matters, right?
Bill assured me he didn't use a chain.
No, I didn't use a chain. Well, let me ask you this. How are we always the bad guys around here? We've been here forever. I mean, it's just like, and nobody said this a long time to you.
Hey.
Mr. Banana Nose, let me ask you something. When Frank Morrell had a heart attack and they stole his belt, did he whinge and cry? No, he just stupid like a man, come out and won another belt.
Well, you have a point there, but
I have a point.
it's not a question so much. You guys have had your good times and bad times together. I was just stunned to see you back together. Not that you had the titles, because we've all known greatest tag team that we've seen around here in a lot of years.
Keep talking.
And one of the good things about it, I will give you credit for this, guys, you're going to defend it right here today against a pretty substantial team, or what could be. You're going against Brian Christopher and Flex Cavana. Now, I don't know Cavana.
Flex
You may,
Cavana.
well, that's his name. And let me tell you one thing. You know how the word gets around in the wrestling business or in a lot of other businesses. I have heard this guy...
On a hotline or something like that?
On the hotline, they're all talking. What I'm telling you, they say this guy is one of the great things coming down the pike.
I've heard a little bit about him. I heard he's a nice-looking kid, got a lot of muscles. But I also heard the biggest muscle he's got is right between his ears. So I don't think that Bill and I will have any problem. Sure, there's a lot of guys. Hey, look at Brian Christopher. You know, he's all flexed up, and Flex Cavana and all these guys. They got a lot of muscle. Hey, you know what? What Bill and I lack in the physique department, we more than make up for in the mental department, brother. We've forgotten more wrestling than Brian Christopher and Flex Cavana will ever know in their entire lifetime. So it should be no problem.
Well, that's what we're going to be finding out.
That's what I'm just going to tell you this, and I've said it for years. Wrestling is physical chess. When you make a mistake, the king or the superstar is going to capitalize, and that's all there is about that, and we keep in their belts.
You guys head to the ring, and we're looking forward to the tag title. The absolute tag champions, the King, Jerry Lawler, and superstar Bill Dundee. Corey Macklin's the man right now.
Okay, Lancer, let's do it. Right here today, it's a USWA Tag Team Title Match. First introducing the current holders of the USWA Tag Team titles. Coming in today at a combined weight of 441 pounds. From Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. And his partner wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee, here is the King, Jerry Lawler. Lawler and Dundee, the current holders of the tag team titles. Their opponents today coming in at a combined weight of 495 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, too sexy, Brian Christopher. And his partner making his very first appearance here in the USWA from the islands of Hawaii. Here is Flex Cavana. Flex Cavana. We're ready for action. Bill Rush, the official referee. Let's send it over now to my buddies, Lance and Dave.
Boy, this is the way you get it started for real, isn't it, Dave? I got to tell you, when you got a team, Brian Christopher, Flex Cavana.
Dave, real quick before we get this match started, I just wanted to come over here and introduce you, and introduce Lance, and introduce all the fans to this man right here. This is Flex Cavana, baby. Oh, yeah. Now get ready. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, I heard what you said. This man heard what you said. You said that you make up for the lack of big muscles with your ability. Well, you make up for the lack of big muscles with your big fat mouths. And me and Flex are gonna shut them for you today. And we're walking out of here the new USWA Tag Team Champions.
You know, it's as simple as this. It's very short, quick, and simple. We're very naughty by nature, and we're very violent by decision. You know what? I'm done talking. Get ready, because here we come.
There they go, headed for the ring, Flex Cavana from Hawaii. Brian Christopher, you know him well. You also know the champions, the superstar and the king. This one has the makings of a real match here for the USWA today. Tag titles are on the line.
We also got a little edge put on it with Lawler and Dundee making their comments about the lack of mental abilities of their two opponents and turning right around, not being the shy and retiring one. Too sexy Brian Christopher says, you make up for it with your big mouth. That's what you do. I'm looking forward to this one, Dave.
Oh, ought to be a good one. Lawler starting for the team of Lawler and Dundee. Lance, keep your eye on you mentioned you've heard some of the fans talking about the tactics that Lawler and especially Dundee have used in the match. I was a little shocked last week at some of the things that I saw going on as they won the titles. We'll see what happens here today.
Scoop slam. Christopher repeats it. Slams Lawler down 3 times in a row. And here comes Dundee. Scoop slammed him. And off and running, and I mean full tilt, is Brian Christopher as he handled Lawler, and Dundee can consecutively, and we haven't even seen that big strapping guy that's his partner, Flex Cabana. Heard a lot about him. Be interested to see him the first time he gets into action.
Well, Brian Christopher, since the first day we saw him, has exuded confidence as he stepped into the ring, and he's certainly showing it here today. He has had all kinds of championship belts himself, no stranger to titles. And he and his partner, he feels even more confident with Flex Cabana standing over in his corner as his partner today. As they go for the tag team titles. Well, now there is something that maybe could be described as an attention getter for Brian, as Lawler just dumped him, slammed him right in the center of the ring.
After the early opening that he had so successful, that was kind of a wake-up call as Lawler beat him to the snatch and grab, picked him right up and slammed him down. And back they tangle it up. Collar and elbow, back to the corner. Christopher pushing the head back to whip diagonally across the ring. Hooks that arm, and I mean, he hip-tossed him right out in the middle. Christopher looking strong.
Lawler a little disgusted. The referee checking with Brian to see what happened, because he has been informed by the team of Lawler and Dundee that Christopher pulled tights. That's what Dundee is saying. They tie it up again. Back in the corner. Lawler with the advantage. He whips him across the way into the turnbuckles. Oh, Christopher blocks. Hey, that short clothesline took him right down to the mat. Dundee had wandered into the ring. Brian said, hey, I'm ready with a super kick anytime you're ready to head this way. Dundee back out on the apron.
Referee Bill Rush trying to get him to settle down now and stay right with wrestling. I don't know that that's going to be the case, not with the personalities involved.
Fans on the front row chanting super kick, super kick. They want to see Brian unleash one.
I want to see his partner get in there and unleash one, well, see what he looks like.
That's what Lawler has just said. Said, hey, why don't you go to the corner? Let's see what your partner can do, huh? I said, okay. Here comes Flex Cabana. First look at him on USWA Wrestling on TV.
He's a big dude. You can, it's no great observation. It's pretty easy to see when you stack him upside the king in there. But as Lawler said, there's no substitute for that experience and mental abilities. And Lawler puts his shoulder and right away, I mean, that's a jumping jack. Knocked him down, he popped back up before he could turn around.
Well, he lets Lawler go by a couple of times, sets, takes him down, and immediately back on his feet to catch Lawler on the rebound.
Oh, yeah! Looking good.
Dundee's livid. Yeah, screaming he pulled his hair. He did not. Lawler immediately got over to the side of the ring and wrapped both feet around the bottom rope. And now Lawler and Dundee are outside the ring. And maybe they didn't exactly want to see what Flex Cabana can do, because Mr. Cabana sure looked good first time around here.
They've seen enough already. They know that this guy can go. This is not the first time he's had a pair of tights on. There's the tag on the superstar. In he comes. He'll be tangling for the first time with Cabana.
Lawler and Dundee not impressed early on, but now that they've seen not only Brian but Cabana, you got to wonder, would their confidence be shaken? Do they now feel, hey, these belts are in jeopardy?
Well, I don't know, Dave. We both know Lawler and Dundee, and it takes a lot to shake the confidence of these two veterans. Dundee right straight at him, and immediately he's pushed off and down on the floor again, almost rolls out to the concrete floor. And Lawler comes in, puts the finger out. I don't know exactly what he's saying. He pulled his hair. That's what Lawler's saying.
Well, that's what Lawler and Dundee have both been doing. They've been complaining about pulling tights, pulling hair, anything they can do to kind of get the referee watching their opponent more closely.
Tie up. Dundee shovels him into the rope. There's a leapfrog. Comes around with a drop kick. as Dundee down on the deck. Not the greatest drop kick I ever saw, but by golly, it put Dundee on the deck.
I think that shows some of the power of Flex Cabana. He did not get a good drop kick, but Dundee was fairly close to him, and it knocked Dundee back, especially considering what Dundee had been through up until the kick hit him.
And Lawler takes back over again. Brian Christopher, not an unusual role for him. He's over there cheerleading, and boy, his eyes are glistening, Dave. Brian loves this competition, and he's got him a partner he can swing with.
Yeah, watch out for that left fist, Flex Cabana. Yep, there it comes. We saw Lawler do the same thing last week against his opponent as he and Dundee won these belts.
Cabana coming straight after him. He took that shot from Lawler with that left hand, and it headed right after him, and Lawler thought it'd be a good time to get the referee involved and keep those fists from flying.
Using the referee as a shield.
Yeah.
It was effective, and that speaks well for Mr. Cabana. He backed up rather than taking a swing and taking a chance on hitting the referee.
Lawler over to have a word with Bill Dundee. You still, regardless of how impressive Christopher and Cabana have looked, you still got to say, from the outside, Dundee rips with a right hand, and another one. As while Lawler shovels him in, Jerry goes over at Brian Christopher, and Dundee working on Flex with the referee's back turn. Lawler holding. Dundee pitching.
Cover 1, 2, oh, Flex Cabana throws Dundee about 3 feet in the air to break out of it at a 2 count. Dundee immediately over to the corner, the tag on Lawler. They double him up. Flex Cabana into the ropes. The upper arms from both of them. Dundee celebrating. He thinks maybe it's over. Lawler picking up Cabana. The match continues. USWA tag titles on the line here. The champions, Lawler, Dundee. And the right fist again doubled up, puts Cabana on the mat.
From the islands of Hawaii, Flex Cabana making a deep impression, but don't forget this guy. Here comes Too Sexy, pounding away. Lawler taking a shot first from Christopher, then from Cabana. A little coconut crush there as Christopher hammered their heads together, and now Dundee caught by Cabana, Lawler by Christopher. Into the ropes they go. Trying to get around behind. A double abdominal stretch on Dundee and Lawler. And the referee clobbered by Dundee. Bill rushed down on the deck while Christopher and Cabana holding on to the abdominal stretches. Dundee reached out, Dave, and just hammered him with that left hand.
That's one of those things we were talking about. Dundee did that on purpose. That's going to get him disqualified. These guys are in danger of losing the match right here. He nails the referee. That's a DQ. So Lawler and Dundee are going to keep the belts on the disqualification. No signal from the referee, but mark my word, that's what it's got to be. I mean, Dundee just point blank nailed him with a fist.
Brian Christopher a little premature. He grabs the belts, and he's indicating they are the new champs. That would be a difficult thing to believe because the referee turned around and signaled the bell. Of course, it could have been submission on the legal man in the ring, and now Rush is saying they are the winners.
Yep, they were the winners, but by DQ.
Just what you said, Dave, yeah, by disqualification.
Well, I hate to see that, and the match does, the belts don't change hands on the disqualification, but really the referee had no choice. When he is hammered like that, all he can do is disqualify Dundee and Lawler, and there should be a fine attached to it, too.
Brains is what it's all about, Dave. Who's still the champions, the king and the superstar?
Yeah, well, you call it brains, we may call it something else.
I'd call it purposely hitting the referee. We got to take a break. That's all. No more. We still have the same USWA tag champions, Superstar Bill Dundee and Jerry the King Lawler, but I tell you, it was a scrap.
It was quite a match, yeah, and I think even Dundee, if he's honest about the whole thing, and I don't know that he would be, but he would have to admit that they were that close to being beat, and I think that's why he hit the referee there. But anyway, that's...
Certainly looked that way. We want to remind you that today, plenty of action. Miss Texas and Samantha scheduled in here. We've got another one scheduled for you, a TV title match with Brian Armstrong defending his title against Jesse James will be defending against
Brickhouse Brown. Yeah, the luck of the draw. This thing has really worked out. We've had some great TV title matches since that was instituted at our 1000th show, and Jesse James defending against Brickhouse today.
Yes, sir. In addition to that, Cyberpunks going against the unified champion Jeff Jarrett, and his partner is going to be Tony Falk. Right now, we're going to do something that we did about a year ago. I think we ran a series of blasts from the past, and people got a real kick out of them, and we got as big a kick as anybody out of them. This is going back to an interview that took place when Jerry the King Lawler had his own TV show. And one of the people he had in for an interview, and this is a very special one, you'll get a kick out of seeing Jerry Lawler interviewing Muhammad Ali. Take a look at this, a blast from the past.
Okay, I guess everybody in Memphis realized we've had a lot of great athletes on the Jerry Lawler show in the past, but none as great as the greatest right here, standing with, of all time, the champ, Muhammad Ali. Pleasure to have you here. Now, we were talking a little bit before the interview, and you said that you maybe, I was going to try to keep you from shoving me around, but you said you're thinking about maybe entering wrestling a little bit later on or something?
I was thinking about it once. I saw this guy, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Oh, you push over. You take him easy.
Different guys talking about how great they are, how pretty they are. They talk too much.
They do.
I want to get in the business to clean it up.
Well, that'd be great. You know, let me ask you this. I had heard one time in the past that you said something about you had seen Gorgeous George, and of course he was one of the most, I guess, flamboyant wrestlers, and he was probably the first guy to add showmanship to wrestling. Did you maybe model a little bit or take a little bit from that particular style?
Yes, I was a kid in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
Back in 1957. And I saw this blonde-haired guy talking about I'm pretty.
Yeah.
You're lucky I'm in this country town, one-horse town, Louisville, Kentucky. If the arena's not full, I won't come out. I kill the ball. I can't lose. I said, he's talking too much. And I went to see if he was really that good. And I saw 20,000 people all booing. I said, that's a good idea. So I started talking. I'm the greatest. I'm the prettiest. I mean, it was true, but I just...
yeah, okay.
And there'll never be one like me. I'm fast and pretty. They say he talks too much. So they all came to see me beat. And that's how I felt up the house.
Well, it was certainly great. But the bad thing, I guess that made the people mad at you. But then after a while, when you kept backing up what you said, then they started respecting you, right?
You're not as dumb as you look.
I know. Okay, listen, let's talk a little bit about, I guess, why you're in Memphis, as a matter of fact. Now, a lot of people, a lot of big-name stars, Elizabeth Taylor and a lot of kind of people like that have come out with colognes in the past. Small stuff, huh, compared to what Muhammad Ali is going to have, right?
Calvin Klein, Old Spice.
Yeah.
I'm challenging all of them now. They don't stand a chance. I'm wiping them all off the market. As soon as you wear my cologne, you leave them alone.
All right. Now, you know what? You mentioned Elizabeth Taylor, Calvin Klein, all those, Old Spice. Those names really, I guess they're famous colognes, but they're not known worldwide like the name Muhammad Ali is. Is that right? I say it again. I'm not as dumb as I look, right?
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, we plan to go to places like Scotland, France, Nigeria, Africa, India. We want to start at home first. Let the word get out around the world. I have something hot on the market.
Well, of course, with Christmas time coming up, that would be probably the greatest Christmas gift, wouldn't it?
Oh, boy, I got to tell you, that's super. Okay, we're going to have more great action coming up. TV title match, big main event, all of that in a moment. Corey, got a little program note coming up here for next week. Now, this is two announcements in one. One of them is that our airtime next Saturday is going to be at midnight until 1:30 a.m. That's right. That's one announcement. We'll have more to say about that. For you people who have tickets for next week's wrestling, regular time, as if it were going to air at 10 a.m. So for those folks that aren't going to be staying up or are going to be out for the evening, something like that, all they got to do is set the VCR, boom, hop up the next day, pop that tape in there, enjoy all of that USWA action. But next week, it'll be right here on TV5. It'll be airing coming up at midnight until 1:30 a.m. for USWA Wrestling.
Or another alternative, you have a big slumber party at 12 midnight next Saturday, and just leave out the slumber and watch USWA.
Just stay right up, I know.
Midnight until 1:30 next Saturday. Hey, let's tell you about USWA action on tour. Lancer.
That's good.
It begins in Lepanto, Arkansas, coming up Friday night, Friday, May 31st, at the high school there in Lepanto, 7:30 bell time. USWA is going to be returning to Lepanto Supercard, 6 big matches, including the unified world title match with Double J Jeff Jarrett on the card. Too Sexy Brian Christopher, Jerry the King Lawler, the Cyberpunks, Miss Texas, Samantha. Big lineup coming up Friday night in Lepanto as the USWA return.
Hey, Corning, Arkansas, we're not leaving you out. No, sir. That's Saturday, June the 1st. The King will be right there, along with the 7-foot giant warrior, Colorado Kid will be there. All of that taking place Corning, Arkansas, Saturday, June the 1st.
Cannot wait to see you, my friends, back at the Lady Luck Casino Pavilion. We'll be back down there Wednesday, June the 5th. West Helen, Arkansas, right there at the bridge. Lady Luck Casino Pavilion. Top USWA superstars to be there. We'll be looking for you Wednesday, June the 5th.
Jumping on into Thursday, June the 6th at Union City, Tennessee, Obion County Fairgrounds. Rockin' Ribs and Barbecue. And that's all going to be coupled around a huge supercard. Unified world title match with the champ, Double J. Jeff Jarrett will be there. Brian Christopher will be there, and the Cyberpunks. That's in Union City on Thursday, June the 6th.
Lake City, Arkansas, high school gym, Saturday, June the 8th. The King, Jerry Lawler, Colorado Kid. Just a couple of the names signed for Lake City, Arkansas, Saturday, June the 8th.
And after a couple of weeks of being out, Mid-South Coliseum action returns on June the 10th, Monday night, June the 10th, 7:30.
That's exactly right. No wrestling this Monday night at the Coliseum. We'll be back though Monday, June the 10th, Wednesday, June the 12th. We'll be back at the Sheraton Casino Center. Superstars of wrestling and an all-star card, I can tell you right now. Tunica at the Sheraton. Look forward to that coming up Wednesday, June the 12th.
On Thursday, June the 20th, Saltillo, Mississippi. Get ready. Coming your way.
Bethel Springs, Mississippi, Friday, June the 21st. USWA Super Action. Boy, we got a bunch of it. Nothing like being right there, seeing it live when it comes to your hometown. That's USWA Action on tour. Got some big matches coming up right here today on USWA Championship Wrestling, including Double J Jeff Jarrett. We'll be seeing him a bit later on. Well, coming into the area now, the superstar and the king.
Corey, I'm hot. You know why I'm hot? Because I'm in Lepanto, Arkansas, and my name wasn't up there because Randy Hales didn't put it up there because the king and the superstar is going up there to beat up Wolfie D and Jamie Dundee and take the masks off, and you're going to have to fire him, Hales, because you protect that long drink of water. You didn't even put my name up there because you didn't want me to think I was going to beat him up, but I am. And I'm in, where's the other one, Lake City? Me and the King's going to be there, too. So put my name up there. I'm hot, and that's why I'm hot, because they treat me bad.
Well, Bill, we mentioned your name. You're on the card.
Don't get so excited, Bill. Let me tell you this. I looked at the video there, and it looked like I'm on the Arkansas World Tour coming up here. I'm really excited about that. You know, I remember last time I wrestled, I can't remember the city it was over in Arkansas. I got there a little early, and I thought I'd go to the zoo. Somebody told me, oh, no, the zoo's closed. The duck died. So... You know, you don't have to be too excited about going to Arkansas. But anyway, we're going to be over there. What was it? Lepanto.
Lepanto, Friday.
We'll be in Lepanto defending our tag team titles, and then Corning, Arkansas, and Lake City, Arkansas, and what's some of those other cities?
We're also going to be back at the Lady Luck Casino Pavilion on Wednesday, June 5th.
Yeah, but that's actually in Mississippi.
Well, little right to West Helena, Arkansas.
He got you. He got you.
Well, it's at the West Helena, Arkansas bridge.
Hey,
so,
and speaking of West Helena, Arkansas, we're even going over there. Next weekend, I'm taking Lawler's Army over there to Helena, Arkansas. We're going to be playing a big softball game over there. Come on over there and play some softball. Remember when you hit that ball and ran to third base? That's all right. We got Bill. We got it.
Hit the ball and ran to third, from third to second to first.
Well, tell him
backwards.
Now watch out now, or we'll start talking about your golf game, Corey. we took Corey out to play a little golf one time. He got up on the tee box, pulled out the old putter. That's all right. Yeah, that's strong. That's right. That's strong. Anyway, we
played in a while. So
hadn't played in a while. Okay, we're gonna be over in Arkansas. We're gonna be doing some damage. We're gonna be opening some eyes over there, aren't we, Superstar?
Yes, we are, brother. We're gonna close some. And Wolfie D, I hate you.
The King and the Superstar, the USWA Tag Team Champions. Hey, we've got more coming up here when USWA Wrestling continues. We'll be back to bring it to you.
Still got a bunch, yes, sir. I'm talking about action yet to go. We've got Miss Texas and Samantha coming up. We've got a TV title match coming up, and then we've got our final big main event where the Cyberpunks will be going against Double J and Tony Falk. All of that action still to goodness, that's a whole day's work.
Yes, it is. No doubt about it. Here comes Miss Texas into the area right here. You know, interesting that Falk and Jeff Jarrett will be teamed up. Jeff can't be too happy with Tony with 2 consecutive losses in TV title matches here, so that should be interesting later on, too.
Yeah, he's going to be working with him today as a tag team partner, so he maybe have to be looking over his shoulder, not at the opponents, but, uh-oh, what is this? Here comes Samantha, who's scheduled to be in the ring with Miss Texas and on a crutch. What happened, Samantha?
Lance, look, I know I'm supposed to wrestle Miss Texas today, and I don't
right.
want to disappoint any of these people who know she's getting ready to get her butt kicked. So I got a big surprise for her. See, I hurt my foot, and I can't do this today, or I'd just do it myself.
Is that the surprise?
My foot. No, the surprise is, you think Miss Texas has got a body? Take a look at the body on this. This is a surprise just for you, Miss Texas.
Okay, I don't know exactly what. Oh, right here. Coming out now. Is this a colleague of yours?
Yes, it is. And you need to go on and leave now, Miss Texas, because she's going to kill you.
And this is...
I got to sit down. This is Angel.
Okay, right off the bat, without the bell having been sounded, Samantha, all she did was say she hurt her foot. And in comes Angel to take her place. And the bout is off and running with Miss Texas trying to fight for her life right at the moment, Dave.
Yeah, Miss Texas all primed to go against Samantha here. That's the match that had been scheduled, but with the injured foot, ankle, whatever it was there, it's Angel. Boy, a different wrestler altogether, size-wise, style-wise. Ooh, clothesline. Miss Texas on the mat. Count is 1, 2. Miss Texas able to roll the left shoulder up off the mat rather quickly. But Angel took her back to the corner. Now she's choking her, using the ropes.
I don't think that Angel knows Miss Texas too well, because with her trying to hold her down with just a couple of hands, she didn't know Miss Texas very well. She should have had all of the weight right on top of her, and she might have had an opportunity. What?
Hey, all you idiots need to treat her with some respect. She's the greatest woman wrestler ever.
Well, I think they just afforded her the respect that she has earned so far.
Whoa, pay attention. Miss Texas catching her with that clothesline. Scoops her up and slams her down. Powerful young athlete right here, and look at that super kick. Busted her right on the button. And again, kind of a combination drop kick. 1, 2, 3, she got her.
Angel had things going her way early in the match, but Miss Texas came into the action, took over, and gets the hand raised. 1, 2, 3, the victory for Miss Texas here today.
Samantha, you got a surprise? What? Surprise too. I just beat that big fat cow.
Samantha comes running out, nails Miss Texas with a crutch, puts her down, and she doesn't look like there's a thing wrong with her.
She was hurt, needed a crutch to get around here. That's
Great, Bill. We're going to take a break right here, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, a lot of action around the territory. You and Corey were talking about a little bit earlier there in Lepanto, Arkansas, coming up on Friday night, the next Saturday night in Corning, Arkansas. No wrestling at the Mid-South Coliseum this week. That'll be returning on June 10th.
Wednesday on June the 5th over in West Helena, Arkansas, at the Lady Luck Casino, where all the top stars are going to be. And on June the 6th, Union City, Tennessee, at the Obion County Fairgrounds.
Lake City, Arkansas on Saturday the 8th. We mentioned the Coliseum. Back in the Coliseum on Monday the 10th of June. Not this week, Monday the 10th. Then on Wednesday the 12th, Tunica, Mississippi. The 20th, Saltillo. And on Friday, June 24th, Bethel Springs, Tennessee.
Let's put it back in Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah, that's where it's going to be.
We got plenty of action yet to go right here as we're looking forward to seeing defense of the TV title with Jesse James Armstrong taking on Brickhouse Brown. Additionally, we've got ourselves a big tag match that'll be coming up. And so, I think right now it's time for us to have a word out of the Cyberpunks.
I don't know. I thought they were going to be here too, but don't see them. Well, no, that's the security guard, so we'll interview him. Well.
See, I'm going to take everything you have.
What? I don't know. That was one of the Cyberpunks. Here they come right here. Fire and Ice, the Cyberpunks. Sometimes you don't know when they're going to be here. All of a sudden, here they are. Fire and Ice here today. Ice.
Dave Brown, Jerry Lawler, and Bill Dundee. Last week on this television show, you did not become a champion. You stole the belts that belong to the Cyberpunks. So I am here today to issue you a challenge in any building across the USWA company that Fire and Ice will regain the USWA tag team titles.
Well, it's coming up this week.
That's right, and I just want to let Bill Dundee know one thing. This is far from over, Dundee. Everybody knows there's no love lost between you and I. And this feud is not over until one of us is out of professional wrestling. And I'm here to tell you that when I give you that cyber kick, I'm not going to quit this time. I'm going to keep giving to you until every one of your teeth falls out of your mouth. Those false teeth fall out of your mouth, that is. And Bill Dundee, you are going to be out of wrestling for the rest of your life.
Fire and Ice, the Cyberpunks. Fire and Bill Dundee with that feud, which has been going for some time now. And also headed this way, Brian Christopher.
Dave, hey, Fire, just a little piece of... Please don't kick all of his teeth out of his mouth, because this Friday night, leave the two front ones for me, because in Lepanto, Arkansas... Bill Dundee, superstar, fallen star, old man, because that's what you are. I'm going to take care of you this Friday night. Now, you saw Dave, Jerry Lawler, and Bill Dundee out here, the so-called champions. Was that how a champion conducts himself? Huh?
Well, I agree
with you.
When
they were about to lose the match, Bill Dundee reaches out and punches the referee to save their belts, right?
That's what I saw, yeah.
That's right. Well, Flex is back in the back, and he is livid about it. But I told him just to calm down. Your time will come. He's going to be one of the great stars of professional wrestling, like Too Sexy Brian Christopher. And I'm going to prove it this Friday night to you, Bill Dundee. It's going to be time for revenge Friday night, boy.
Brian Christopher will be back. TV title match still to come. Tony Falk became the TV champion with the help of Frank Morrell and Double J Jeff Jarrett. Then all of a sudden, Jeff is gone for a couple of weeks, and Tony loses not once but twice to Jesse James Armstrong. Take a look at what's been going on as a result.
Let's do that.
Tony Falk.
Tony Falk, the boss man is not one bit happy with you. And when the boss man is not happy, Frank Morrell is not happy. He's my boss man, too. So he flew me in here today to see that you got that belt back. And if you don't get that belt back, you're going to have to answer not only to the boss man, but you're going to have to answer to me.
Come on, Tony.
What about the close-up right fist he just hit him with, Frank, while you're talking?
Armstrong! Tony, gets carried away and does a little cheat. Now he's got him. 1, 2, 3.
2. Armstrong takes him down 2. He got it! He got it! Jesse James Armstrong retains the USWA television title. Oh, boy.
Why did you have to get so cocky with that guy? Why didn't you go ahead and beat him? You wanted to celebrate before you pinned his shoulders.
It's the referee, though. He gave me a fast count.
Well, don't you tell me nothing. Now, the boss man's going to be hot, and I'm going to tell him that what you did, I ain't taking no blame for this, Tony Fox.
Wait.
What?
Can I have one more chance?
Oh, you idiot. You know they ain't going to give you another chance.
Corey Macklin, get him back out here.
Here's Jesse James Armstrong back out.
I heard you back there, HW, talking about this idiot won't give him another chance. Well, you know, this is all real funny to me because it wasn't too many moons ago that your boss, Double J, had me in the back seat of his Lincoln Town car, and I was riding on his gold card. I made him the Intercontinental Champ. I made him the world's greatest singer. I could beat your brains out. I could beat his brains out, and I could dang sure beat your brains out, old man. So you can't.
Hey, come on. Look out. Jesse James Armstrong comes back out. And Tony Falk right on top of him. We may have ourselves another match here. Unscheduled match. Yeah. Nails him with a right. Follows with a kick. Backs Tony Falk up. And he's pounding away on chauffeur Tony Falk. Falk rolls him up. Got his feet on the ropes. No, Frank. Only no, 2 count. 2. He had his feet on the ropes. He counted 2. Referee Bill Rice saw it. Armstrong comes from behind. 1, 2. He's done it again. 0 for 2. Falk loses 2. I'm not giving you my belt, Frank.
Oh, come on, Frank.
Let me tell you something. You know, this is going to hurt me a lot more than it's going to hurt you. But I'm going to give you the lesson. What do you mean, huh? No, you're not going to hurt me.
Hey, you ain't whipping nobody. I done explained to you one time. Let me put my belt. Hey, by the way, thank you, boss.
His own money.
Double J.
Hey, don't you insult me like that. Hey, that's Double J bought me that hat, my boss.
You were a hell of a wrestler. Now you're nothing but an old stooge. A Jarrett Jabroni. That's what you are. And that's what you are.
Whoa! Jesse James Armstrong going after Tony Falk.
Here they go again. Back in the ring for the 3rd time today.
Because Armstrong is after him, boy. Slims him down. Goes for a cover 2, and Morrell gets in there. Frank Morrell comes from behind.
So it's 2 against 1 now. Morrell throwing Jesse James Armstrong out of the ring, down onto the floor.
Hey, come on, Frank. You don't need to. Come on.
Oh, look out. Come on.
Come on, Frank. Frank Morrell with the belt. Now he's using it on Jesse James Armstrong.
Well, there you saw it. Jesse James Armstrong not only having his problems once, twice, but 3 times with Tony Falk, and then with Frank Morrell. Well, today, it doesn't stop. No, sir. The TV champion has to put it right to it, and here he is, the TV champ.
Here I am, the television champ. Well, I got a match right here in a minute, but what I want to talk about, you know, everybody comes out here and says, let me tell you something. Well, Lance, I'm going to tell somebody something right now. Back there in the back, I know you're watching Double J, Jeff Jarrett. You know, I made you what you are today, and you're still a loser, so I'm not real proud of myself. What I'm coming to do is take that unified title off of your waist. And you know, no man but one man on the face of God's green earth has ever laid a belt across me. And that was my daddy, Bullet Bob Armstrong, and I respect him a heck of a lot. Jeff Jarrett, your stooges came out here, and you did it. Your stooges, what's the Tony Falk and Frank Morrell, and I see the other Ronnie Gossett looks like he swallowed Tony Falk and Frank Morrell. Well, bottom line is just this. It's all funny. But Jeff Jarrett, we're gonna meet, brother. And when we do, you look across the squared circle into these eyes, and I promise you, what you're gonna get, you're not gonna like. Dig it?
There's the challenge thrown out by the TV champ, Jesse James Armstrong. And he's ready for a defense. Let's go up to the ring, and Corey.
Okay, Lance, we're ready for action. USWA television title on the line. Introducing the challenger. Making his way to the ring area. Coming in at a weight of 231 pounds from Miami, Florida. Here is Brick House Brown. Brick House Brown. His opponent, the USWA television champion from Marietta, Georgia, 253 pounds, Jesse James Armstrong. Bill Rush is the referee for this one. USWA TV titles at stake, guys.
Boy, it got off and running in a hurry as Brickhouse jumped the champion right away. Nothing would jumpstart that career of Brickhouse like taking away that belt and put it around his own waist. As Brickhouse moves in to put the foot right in the back and now working all the way down to the ankles on Jesse James Armstrong. Brickhouse still a physical power. He's been around a while and can do some damage.
And he's trying to do some damage early and take advantage of it in order to take this title from one of the finest pure wrestling athletes to ever come through here. And that's some kind of company, I tell you. Jesse James Armstrong had some attitude problems early on when we saw him, but he's always been impressive with his ability. And right there's a good example. As he catches Brickhouse Brown, puts him down on the mat. He can move in that ring. He's quick. He body slams Brickhouse. Heads for the corner. Is up on the middle rope. Oh, a mistake.
Came off there a little quick, Dave, as he fired down to put an end to Brickhouse. But fortunately for Brickhouse, he was alert and out of there and gone. And now he's dropping that elbow repeatedly. Small of the back catches him in the side, hooks a leg, 1, 2. And that left shoulder got up just in time to break the count. So he avoids dropping the title. This is a tough thing to absolutely have to do, to know that when you get up every morning, you're going to have to get out here and at least once a week put that title on the line against the luck of the draw. And it's Brickhouse Brown today, and that's not good news for anybody that has to face him. Brickhouse moving in with a right hand. Referee Bill Rush trying to back him up using that fist, David.
Ooh, he jabbed him in the throat that time. Point of the fingers, he went right for the throat. Jesse James Armstrong feeling the wrath of Brickhouse Brown as Brickhouse trying to take the TV title away from him here today. Drops him back. That's a great move by Brickhouse. Shoulders are down. Count is 2. Oh, we were that close to having a new TV champion.
He really had him hooked well, too. And I mean to have those shoulders down, but he got that left shoulder up just in time. Referee Bill Rush's arm was coming down for the 3rd count. And Jesse James started off slow, had a little comeback on him, and then he has really been pounded around by Brickhouse. Referee counting, and Brickhouse snapped him off that top rope. By the way, the object of the attention of Jesse James before he went up to the ring will be out here. We're talking about Double J. Jeff Jarrett will be teaming with Tony Falk to go against the Cyberpunks. Uh-oh, Brickhouse made a bad mistake then, Dave.
Jesse James made a similar mistake earlier, and Brickhouse Brown follows with a mistake, and Jesse James Armstrong grabs him. Oh, look out, Tony Falk out here. Jesse James Armstrong nailed from behind by Brickhouse as Tony Falk is up on the apron. Now that ought to be a disqualification. He didn't actually get in the ring. He's got the shoulders down of Brickhouse. Did he get the 3 count? Yeah, okay. Couldn't tell if it was 2 or 3. That's going to mean Jesse James Armstrong retains the title. But look out, he's got the belt. He's coming after Brickhouse and Tony Falk. Here comes Frank Morrell.
Morrell has a belt also, and he fires. And Jesse James says, no, sir. But from behind, double axe handle right in the middle of the back from Tony Falk. As Jesse James now caught in between Frank Morrell and Tony Falk. Falk grabs one end of the belt. They hold it out to clothesline him. He ducks under it, and his Double J, Jeff Jarrett, hits the ring. Pulls Armstrong out, and while Falk holds him on one end, Morrell on the other, Jeff Jarrett hammering away with that belt. Jarrett, Morrell, and Falk all go scooting out of here, but not before they did some severe damage to Jesse James Armstrong with that belt all across his back.
Yes, indeed, especially Jeff Jarrett with that belt against Jesse James Armstrong. There's quite a history with those two. Looks like it's not over.
We will take time out right here, and we'll be back with more action in a moment. Out of town, plenty of it coming up, and we want to remind you about the places that the USWA is going to be going, David.
For instance, Lepanto, Arkansas. That'll be on Friday night, May 31st. Big super action over there, including a unified world title match. Saturday, June 1st in Corning, Arkansas. On Wednesday, June 5th at Lady Luck Casino Pavilion in West Helena, Arkansas, actually over on the Mississippi side. And then the big one on Thursday, June 6th.
That's going to be in Union City, Tennessee at the Obion County Fairgrounds. Rockin' Ribs and Barbecue with a super card, including Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and many, many other stars will be there, as well as Lake City, Arkansas at the high school on Saturday, June the 8th. The King will be over there, and on Monday, June the 10th, the Mid-South Coliseum will be welcoming USWA Wrestling back into action.
And on Wednesday, June 12th, Sheridan Casino in Tunica, Mississippi. Saltillo, Mississippi on Thursday, June 20th, and on Friday, June 21st in Bethel Springs, Tennessee. Actually, not in Mississippi. It's in Tennessee.
Next week, Dave, we're going to be up at midnight. Well, not really.
Yeah, sort of.
We'll be taping our USWA show at the regular time, so all of you who have tickets, remember, it's just as if it were going to be live on the air. It will be taped at the time and will be shown at midnight on Saturday night until 1:30 a.m. A good chance for you to get something different.
Let me explain kind of what's going on. There are several things happening. NBA finals are coming up. Some tennis tournaments like French Open next week. And with the Olympics coming up in the summer, we're going to have some changes from time to time. That's the reason next week we're on at midnight.
So remember, midnight next week. But if you have tickets, be here at the regular time, and we'll look forward to that. Time out now, and we'll be back in just a moment.